Thank you for joining to another Justin Rivera video, and this is the Hot Wheels collection update. So for today's Hot Wheels collection update, I picked up from the month of March. So today it was 30th of March. So here's the I picked up 19 Hot Wheels cars. So we got 4 old Hot Wheels cars, 2 from last year's Mainlines, and then the rest at the bottom we get ourselves this year's Mainlines. So there's some good stuff on it, and there's some few new model for this year. So let's get started up for this video. So the first 4 Hot Wheels I picked up, these are old Hot Wheels that are from 1997 until 2001. So those are the 4 Hot Wheels. So the first Hot Wheels I picked up, I purchased this on 3rd week. Bought it for $120, so definitely have to grab that. It's a fantasy Hot Wheels car, definitely, I mean, must buy, and that is the Speed Blaster. This is part of its Blue Streak Series number 404 cars, and it says Raceway Blues on the bottom. Collector number 576. Here's all the 4 Blue Streak Series, and we're gonna open up all of these Hot Wheels cars. So let's crack this open. So here we have the Speed Blaster, which is a chrome interior, V8 engine on it. Yeah, chrome engine. These good old wheels on it back then. I call it 3 spokes. So definitely a very cool one. Hard to find and always sold out. That's why the reason why they picked them up. So here's the bottom, which is a plastic base and a metal car. So definitely happy to grab that. So let's move a little bit to get some more space on it. So next up, second Hot Wheels I picked up, we got the Chevy Pro Stock truck. This is part of its 2000s first editions, number 7 of 36, number 67 collector number. So purchase this is $150. I think I bought it Wednesday, and that was a second attempt they delivered this, but finally they delivered already now on Thursday. So definitely. So here's the Chevy Pro Stock truck in orange. Very cool livery here. We got ourselves a purple interior on the windows on it. Here's the kind of interior, but this is why we call it, this is a drag strip or wheelie bar. I have a few of these drag strip on my collection. I have a few of them, but definitely this one I didn't have this, and very happy to grab this to add it to my Chevrolet collection. So a metal car, and then the chrome base. So very, very nice pickup truck. The third old Hot Wheels vehicles I picked up, we got Phantastique. That's the pronunciation I pronounce the Hot Wheels cars. This is part of its 2000 first editions, also number 9 of 36. That was collector number 69. So not gonna look on the back because it's the same thing on it. So this is a fantasy casting. It is based in the 30s Roadster, which is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool casting. It's blue. It's definitely chrome grille. Very nice. And the gold chrome wheels on it. Very nice. This is Mel, and also a chrome base, which is another nice one. Very cool release of that. And has some suspension on it. And the last of the old Hot Wheels castings I picked up. Bought it also from, I think, 3rd week of March. So definitely happy to grab that. And that is the Hooligan. Yeah, Hooligan is the pronunciation. 2001 first editions, number 6 of 36. Collector number 18. This time in satin black. And here's the back. Oh. They do super glue it. Hard to open it, but because it's too much glue on it on the blister. So here's Hooligan. Basically, it's a fantasy. It's a hot rod, and kind of based on the like Ford Model cars in the 1930s. It's pretty nice. We have a blown engine on the inside of the engine. Half of it is only the top on it. Red grill, which is plastic. And here's the base, which is a mel on mel, except with this part, which is a plastic. So definitely happy to grab that. So now we're going to the 2 Hot Wheels cars from last year's. So 2 Hot Wheels cars last year are both models from 2024, which means new model for last year. So the 2 Hot Wheels I picked up. First stop I picked up yesterday when I was in work immersion. So 2 I picked up. I think 1 from new model for 2025, but then the next minutes you will see that one. So the 2024 model I picked up, it's a fantasy, and that is the Mailed It. This is that I picked up from yesterday. So very happy to grab that. Mixed wheels with aero disc and the 10 spokes. I'm not sure about that, but anyhow, second year this year they will be having a T-Hunt, but it's gonna be hard to find, by the way. But anyhow, I picked up the last year that I saw it. There's a 2024 Mainlines there. So number 164 up to 50 from its Mainlines collector series. Art car series number 10 of 10. And this is a short card which is only from Europe. So, you know. So here we have it, Mailed It. HWPS, which means Hot Wheels Postal Service, for like, you know, postal service. It's like United States USPS, United States Postal Service, like in America. You know, it's just one of the examples. But yeah, so here we have a drag strip, also same with this guy, which is the same thing. And we have a dog, and it says Maddie was here, Wolf, and kinda, and then we get Hot Wheels graphics, blue interiors, chrome interiors on it, and chrome engine. Very, very, very cool. This is a very cool mail truck. I don't have a mail truck in Hot Wheels, but this is my first time I have it in my collection. So very have it. We have Mailed It, HWPS, always on time. 24 art cars. In the top of the sunroof, we got ourselves a letter Y, which is art car still continue this year. Same thing with the main lines. Mixed wheels. And the base we got here, we got a plastic base and a metal casting. By the way, the sunroof here is only a plastic, so definitely happy to grab that. And the second one that I picked up is definitely I think is must buy, but definitely in your collection. Definitely if you are a licensed collector in reaching up, you're an adult, definitely have to grab that. But it's just definitely a very cool casting. But it's a licensed vehicle, last year's model, so definitely have to grab that. But I'll show you explanation about this. So this is the Gordon Murray Automotive T.50s, and this is a first time manufactured. They did manage to release the second Hot Wheels of the new one. I think was T.35. That's new for this year, so it's gonna be hard to find now. But I picked up the first one instead, so definitely have to grab that. But there's an explanation about this. So number 235 up to 50 from its collector mainlines last year. Number exotic series in the series, 7 of 10. So here's the back. International. So here we have the Gordon Murray Automotive T.50s. And here's what is Gordon Murray Automotive. So Gordon Murray Automotive was a British manufactured car manufactured, was created by Gordon Murray, a man who worked from the McLaren in the 1970s, who worked from Formula One championship drivers such as James Hunt and Ayrton Senna. So he worked for McLaren, and he make one of famous cars from McLaren, which is the first supercar, which is the McLaren F1. So the Gordon Murray Automotive kind of reminded me of this thing. It's been a while since I bought the McLaren F1 GTR, and it's a difference of these two, but it's the same on the fronts, and it's kind of reminding me of McLaren F1, but they did manage to release this. It's very cool, very superb. It's a perfection. So very cool in metallic orange. This thing here, the top of it's plastic. This half, it's metal. And there's the back, which is a very, very turbo booster on it. I love this one. Very cool. It's just definitely worth owning in your hypercars collection. Here's the base, plastic base, GMA T.50s, which is the Gordon Murray Automotive's acronym. And then we got ourselves a metal casting. Very nice one. It's reminded me of the McLaren F1 a little bit, so definitely. So now we're going to the 2025 Hot Wheels castings. So they're gonna be some review of this one, so it's gonna be a long review. So let's get started on today's 2025 Hot Wheels review. So mainlines. So we don't know all about this. So I have a different section of this year's. I'm holding my hands. We get like 5 Hot Wheels that are from not a new models, and then 8 of them are what we call here new model for this year. So definitely happy to see it. So let's start up with the 5 of the non-new models. First up, we got ourselves a second appearance, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely happy to grab this. We're going starting with ascending numbers in each individual. First up, we got is small block, which is a last year's model. So the first model they came out was a plywood of wood. It's a wood. Now we've seen it now in taxi livery, number 7 up to 50 from its Metro series, 2 out of 5, and it's so most I picked up it's international, so definitely. So let's open up the small block. So small block, we get it's a plastic. It's a plastic. So, and then it's not gonna pop off this one because it's a plastic and it's attached to the rivets. So here we go. Small block. We got ourselves a taxi core on the right front of it. Blown engine on it. The grill is plastic, has a block on it. Same thing. Here's the back. And the base, which is it's a black base but metal base and a plastic. So very, 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 very cartoony, and I love I'm starting collecting fantasy castings out then. So next four, I think these four castings would be a comeback returning. So first of the four, we get one of the returning. Alpha Pursuit is back. It's a 2020 model, so it's back to its priority of 5 years. So definitely happy to grab that. So number 18 up to 50 this year's Mainlines. Number 205 from its first Response series. Two colors they released. One was yellow green, and now we've seen it now in red. So here we have the Alpha Pursuit. So we get ourselves a metal casting. It's a metal Pursuit, it says. Very nice. Here's the sunroof, the blue light bar with half of plastic, and we got ourselves a blue light bar. Very cool one. Clear interior. Very cool. Very nice one. And is their base, which is 2019 copyright plastic base, and then of course a metal casting. So 2019-2020 model came out. Third of its re-released again, so definitely happy to grab that. But third one is definitely I think most of this pretty worth owning, so definitely happy to grab this. And it's a Italian vehicle here, 1971 Lamborghini Miura SV. Previous we seen it in 2022 Mainlines. I think it is a blue and orange from the exotics. Now we've seen it in cherry red from its 70s versus 90s series number 6 of 10, and its collector Mainlines number 78 up to 50, and of course international same thing. So let's open up, and Miura, happy to grab it. Yet another Lamborghini to my collection. So very nice. So here you have the Bertone Tampo, and we got the Lamborghini logo on it. Dark windows, very cool. This was a former Hot Wheels ID when they came out. And then we get the gold chrome wheels on it. So here's your base, which is a plastic base and a metal casting. 2017 copyright, has a Trackstar symbol. 2018 model. That was a Hot Wheels ID vehicle back then. And then fourth of its non-new models, we get ourselves a fantasy casting. It's a mid-mill. I have never seen him this casting for a while. Here's the thing. These are old Hot Wheels cars that came out from 2000s until it's never released it. I've seen it a lot of castings. Like I think it's 3 years lifespan if they released the mid-mill Mainline. So I'm sure that the previous year, I think it's 12 years ago, that was a 2013 Mainlines. It stops, and now it's returned. Nice to see this back. I don't know what did they change it or remodified it. Some of these Hot Wheels casting that are modified since it was in an old development, and to see returning of these Hot Wheels cars. There's some old fantasy casting will be returned from Hot Wheels, so definitely happy to grab that. Mid-mill, it's kind of remind me of the Bone Shaker 3 a little bit. Bone Shaker, or maybe we call it the Bone Shaker 3. So definitely happy to grab that. Number 97 up to 50 from its Mainline series. Number 7 of 10 from its Rod Squad series. And same thing on the back, which is, international. So here's mid-mill. And quite to see this back, which is a mixed wheels. So there's a V8 blown engine on the back. And it's very cool. It's a hot rod, so another hot rod to my collection. Skinny wheels, and then big wheels on the back, so which means it's a mixed wheel. So definitely this time we have a mid-mill logo, mid-mill letter on it, Hot Wheels logo. We got the Mokhtar Racing Performance, pretty cool. They released it. So here's the base, which is a plastic base and a metal body. 2024 copyright, which is the modified release. 2025 they came out is returning. And then the last Hot Wheels that are from the, I think 2025, so definitely have to grab that. But I'm gonna explain this and just a little bit to say about this, and I'll show it to you because these are fans who love collect this. So here's eyeing up for collectors out there. RD06. So here's an explanation of RD06. So RD06 was a former Axle Racers, and the Axle Racers, it came out 2005, which is 20 years ago. So this design here, I'm sure this is gonna be the re-release, or maybe the color of this is the same thing of the 20 years TV show that Hot Wheels that released it. I think I need, how many RD cars? I do have RD cars, which is RDO2, RDO4, 5, and then they get 6, and then 8. RDO3, I'm sure, I think they have in the Mainlines in 2015 when I was starting collecting it. So it's gonna be hard to find the last one, because how many years it's gonna be take for me to hunt that out for. So I'm happy to get another Axle Racers, but I'm sure fans out there from Axle Racers who are gonna dig it up in the pegs, and you seeing the RD06 in our eyes on. So definitely happy to grab that. So let's open this up. Anyway, this is part of its designed by series number 45, number 105 of 250. So here we go, RD06, which is a plastic casting. Very cool. Green wheels on it, which is pretty nice. Green wheels, plastic, green interiors, and then the base, you could see in the bottom, it's metal. So metal base and plastic, which I have all these RD cars, which are plastic casting and metal base. So definitely happy to grab that in the collection. Now we're going to the 2025 models that I picked up. So let's get started into it. 8 Hot Wheels new models for this year. So first up, we get one of the most bizarre, weird Hot Wheels casting that they ever released in licensed vehicles. So first up, we get Morgan Super 3. It's a new for 2025. Basically, it's a 3-wheeler, Here we go, 3-wheeler. It's skinny wheels on the front, so definitely. This is the second color. The first color we've seen it in blue. Now we've seen it in orange. So number 15 of 250 for its factory fresh series 1 of 5, and here's the back, which is here it is, Morgan. So I know Morgan, and yet another British casting. Same with the Gordon Murray. I think I picked up a few British. There's another British casting. We'll see it. So Morgan Super 3, we get Hot Wheels around out of focus. Jeez. Hot Wheels number 3, we get Super Team. So I think I know Morgan. It's a British dealership, as I said, but they make old cars. This from this modern day, they still making older castings. So here it is, but it works so well in this one. But real car that is from UK, and it's definitely a very cool one. But so definitely a very thing, and it's also a right-hand drive, which is nice. So male, and then it's a male and male casting. Wow. Couldn't realize it was a male casting. First time. Definitely. I'm testing out if it's a male casting or plastic base. And this thing is male. I think Hot Wheels has been returning from like the male days since the 20th century. So definitely happy to grab that. I'll put it on the side. Okay, next new model we get I think it's a Japanese. Yeah, Japanese, definitely. But there's a reminded me of a casting. So, Hako Type D. It's the first Hot Wheels that I picked up from the Fantasy casting. So, definitely. But the Hako Type D, this is one that reminded me. This thing, the Mazda RX-7, which is the same route of it, and so oops. So, you know, same route of it, so definitely happy to grab that. Number 98 up to 150 from its J Import series. And let's open up and see about that. And here's the Mazda. I mean, that's Mazda, so here it goes. Hako Type D is the difference of the Mazda RX-3 a little bit. But let's take a look at this. It's a male casting. Yellow windows, has an interior, very nice. So I'm sure Mazda Hako Type D was a kind of based of the 80s vehicles from these years. Got the right-hand drive, which is pretty nice. Number 99, we got a Japanese letters. We got ourselves what letter it says. So we get I think it's Zhao. I don't know, but it's run out of focus a little bit. So yeah, it's Zhao. So very happy to grab that. It is pretty nice Japanese casting. It's a Fantasy, so plastic base, a metal body, and kind of the same route of the Mazda RX-7. Oh. So next new model we get another Fantasy from another Fantasy. So next up, Slideburn is the third of the new for 2025. Number 108 up to 50 from its Dream Garage series 4 of 5, and this thing is in pink and black hood on it. So Slideburn, it's beautiful. Definitely, it's beautiful in pink. Pink rims, 5 spokes, Hot Wheels logo, and this is the livery of the 1960s Beach Bomb style, which is the Volkswagen Beach Bomb, which is one of the most rarest Hot Wheels ever in all Hot Wheels vehicles back then. But it's definitely a very cool one. Has the booster on it, pretty cool. And the base, which is a plastic base and a metal casting, including these are chrome. Engine and the booster, very nice, and the blue windows interiors on it. Okay, next up we get a licensed vehicle, and as I saw it, this is another British casting that I didn't have. So third one we get Drift Ender. Not to be confused, which just doesn't have the Let's Race. So why it's a license, a Land Rover. It's a Land Rover casting, but there's something that you should know about the Drift Ender, because what was the base in the Drift Ender? It was this guy, the Defender 90, Land Rover Defender 90, but some difference on it. So let's crack this open, but before we crack it, let's see the series. We get the First Response Series 4 of 5, number 114 up to 150. And let's see about the Drift Ender. Purple Aero disc wheels on it. So similarly is the weight and then the back. They changed the Drift Ender because this is based on the Land Rover Defender 90. So here we have it, Drift Ender in a policed armored livery, or we should call it the European police livery, which is the only we know about this one. So they changed a little bit. Doesn't have windows. This one has not, which is metal casting. Hot Wheels logo. We get drift ender, and it says to protect and to swerve, and that is the, I think, no, that's to protect and to protect and serve. That was the slogan of the police. Police DE unit. What unit is this? 25. It says DE 25, and then we get CC, and here's the back. Pretty cool. The base, which is a plastic base metal casting. So, you know, pretty cool casting. They released it. Next, new for 2025, but not new for 2025. This is the 1975 Chevy Blazer Custom. Yet another very worth owning for collectors, because the first one we get the Chevy Blazer 4x4, which is the only famous 80s vehicle ever. So we got ourselves a second Chevy Blazer for the Mainlines, which is very happy. This is a new Mainlines, which just doesn't have a new for 2025 sticker on it. So it was a former pop culture release, which is in from Jaws, but there's some retooled casting. We've seen it. So number 115 up to 50 in Mainlines from the Dirt series, number 5 of 10. So here it is, the 75 Chevy Blazer Custom, and it's a top down, and interiors, it doesn't have a spare tires on it. So very cool. This one in black and red stripes. Got ourselves a belt tech. I don't see in the back, you could see it. So there it is. Plastic rubber tires, 5 spokes. KS Blazer, it says. Chrome interior, has the Chevrolet logo on it. Pretty cool release of it. So, and the base, we get ourselves a chrome base and a metal body. Okay, next up, we get very worth owning, and think it's definitely must worth owning, because it's just worth owning. I think you could say about this. Either JDM or EDM is just worth owning. But we get yourself a very cool casting. Custom Kia EV6. One word describe. Pretty cool casting. And look at this one. It's very, very cool in lavender. We've seen Kia 5 years perspective, because we've seen it this guy, because the 2019 Kia Stinger GT is one of the first Kia to be released. I think in what year? 2020. It's in pandemic. In 5 years. 5 years later, it's the second time they've seen it now, the Kia. I'm very stoked on this one. It's very cool. This is part of its EV series, which is electric vehicle. Number 8 of 10, number 120 up to 50. And electric vehicles, it's gonna be added to my collection. And here's the Kia EV6. It's pretty cool. You know, peace, it says. We got ourselves stars on the Korean girl on it, a ribbon, pink hair. We get a Kia EV6 and the Korean letters on it, which is meaning it says Kiami. On the front, we got ourselves a windshield banner, and very, very nice. They did it so much. I think it's pretty nice in a custom Kia. It's gonna be worth owning from. In South Korea, it's gonna be very worth owning a collection. For me, it's very worth owning, and it's very nice to see this in any manufacturer to be released so far. So we get ourselves a metal casting, black interiors, and we got ourselves a plastic base on it. So, okay, next up, this is I picked up yesterday. So this is a second I picked up. The same thing with mailed it. So definitely. And that is the long block, which is a sequel to the first one, the small block. So very happy to grab that. And long block was a it's a blue, it's a dark blue, and has a wood grain on it. So long block number 135 up to 50 from its art car series, number 9 of 10. And so here's long block, and it's gonna be the same thing as the first one because it's plastic. And then this thing, I think it's only attached to the rivets. Another good casting they released is very nice one. Letter E on the top of its rooftop. Very nice. Grill is plastic. And then you got ourselves a very cool, I think what we call it, the brownish wheels on it. 4-spoke. Very nice. And here's the base, which is a mill and plastic casting. So very cool to be released. Last house I picked up is it's another new for 2025, and it's a fantasy casting. Let's finish up with Hoto Roto, which is new for 2025. It's based on the Mazda Cosmo Sport. Here's the thing, the Cosmo Sport, and you know the only reason why it's based on because it's in the back, remind me of the Cosmo Sport. So definitely happy to grab that. Number 158 up to 50 from its Rod Squad series in satin black. I mean black, satin dark blue. Sorry. So here's Hoto Roto, another mixed wheels with skinny wheels and the big wheels. Very nice one. It's a 8-spoke wheels on it. Very nice, blown engine, has some Mattel designers. Number 67 on the top, and a Japanese letter on it, which is a Japanese hot rod for the first time ever released. I love this, pretty cool hot rod to release. Happy to grab it to another hot rods collection. And here's the base, which is plastic base and a metal casting. So that's it for the today's Hot Wheels collection update. So here it is. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time for the month of April. Goodbye.